Hello, everyone. Welcome to Brace for Impact Extras, episode 10. Fantastic episode in store. Parks on the Far Side, as always. And with us, the very special Olya. Welcome, Olya.
Hello.
She's doing her best impression of not moving ever, as you can see.
Yeah, no, no, it's great to have you on, I got to say. And right ahead of the new Impact season, actually. So, lot to talk about, lot to look forward to. But I want to start. We've asked this question with Parks. I want to say it's been the last like 6 or 7 guests now,
It's a
but
good
I think it's
question. Stop
I think it's
doubting
a
it.
relevant question. But I want to get like it's your origin story, right? I even frame it the same way every episode. So,
Yeah, you complain as
but
much as you want, and then you
yeah, I
frame
know.
it the exact same way every single
Yeah,
time you
exactly.
complain.
But like, how did you pick up CS, and then how did you originally start competing in CS? Because I feel like, and we talked about it really off the podcast right before we
Um,
started, and that's like each person can have like a different route. So
yeah.
how did you pick up CS and then also start competing in CS?
I think I started watching my brother playing Source instead of CSGO. And I don't know, I really liked it. So I got into Source at first. I was back in my country. I was playing it day and night. I was missing school. I was playing CS. Then I moved here. Um, I moved here. It's been 2 years that I was here. And then my friend showed me CSGO. And I was playing on the laptop. So it was really bad. I had like 60 FPS, so I couldn't really play CSGO, but I tried my best. And then I switched to PC and started to play it more and more. And I don't know, competitor scene. My other friends showed me the competitor scene pretty much, and I was like, oh, I gotta try because I'm a big fan of Navi, Simple. Oh my god, I want to be like them.
Yeah, can't blame you for wanting to be like them. Great team, and Simple is
The goat.
Like
yeah,
a
he's like,
Simply put.
it's like watch I only have football comparisons because I'm boring like that, but it's like watching Messi to me. It's like
Yeah.
he is literally
yeah.
the best. It's insane. So what made what you talked about how your friend got you into like competing and showing you the competing world, but like what made you eventually make the jump to decide that like I really want to compete? Like what kind of lit that fire?
I think it was that I was spending too much time on Faceit, just playing and wasting my time pretty much. And I was like, I saw ECA and I was plugging ECA and then I saw a league and I was like, why not get into it? Try something new and like explore something new for myself to put my name out there, maybe, hopefully. I don't know.
So what was your first season then? Which season?
Oh my God. So I posted an ad on ECA and some male team messaged me, like old guy team messaged me. And I was like, I was so nervous, like I am right now, but I was super nervous. So I joined the Discord. I was there like 30 minutes early for the tryout, and they tried me out, and they tried some people out too. And then by the end of the week, they messaged me, and I'm like, oh, you made it to the team. So it was my first team, like all guys and just me.
Hold on.
How'd you
I'm
fare?
looking. I'm looking. I want to.
Yeah, I was just
Um,
Season 40 was her first season. There you
okay.
go.
I think so. Yeah, and we made it playoffs. I'm pretty sure we did make
Yeah, you
playoffs.
made playoffs. Hold on. I've got all the info. I've got all the info. I found ESEA, and we're on our way here.
I almost forgot about that
I
website.
know, right? Like it's been such a big turnover since.
I miss
I
you
know.
too.
I do too.
Yeah, same here.
They went 8-6 in the regular season, and then they went 1-1 in playoffs.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
Pretty
Okay.
good. Pretty
Pretty
good.
good opening. Yeah, pretty good opening season, I have to say. Um, coming over to the Impact side, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously you said you
hmm
started, you played ESEA. You actually played ESEA for a few seasons. Well, every season, but since 40. But then Saints come along. How did you get the opportunity to play on Saints? And how did you feel about the Saints project back in? I want to say it was season 1 and 2. I want to say for Impact.
Yeah, it was a long project. Before it was never expected with BMAX on the team. And I think I met BMAX in an easy bug. And then she added me, she messaged me and like asked me to play Cash Cup with them. So it's like, oh my god, all female. I'm so excited. Like I'm not alone, you know? And then during the first cash cup, I was so nervous. I was literally shaking in my boots. And I don't know, I played it well, I guess, and she asked me to play it with them. So I was like, yes, I'm so excited to play with females, you know. I learned so much more about like female scene. But yeah, that's how I joined Saints pretty much. Um, and then the roster changed a lot of people. And then we got Paula, we got Julia on the team, Scraft. We got Josh Carney on the team, Anna. I would not lie, that roster was like my favorite. Playing with Paula, I love playing with Julia. With Julia the most just because she speaks the same language as me, and it's really nice to play with someone who speaks the same language fluently,
Yeah.
and she knows how to like play around you and support. So I kind of miss it.
So that's Scraft, by the way, just for
Yeah,
people.
Scrap Julia.
We you know her like Julia
I got
because you're cool and you know her like that, but for the
no, I
rest of
just got
us,
used to it. I was
no, I think one of the coolest things about watching you two play together, at least on Saints, is you could see that there was like definitely like a very tight synergy between the two of you
yeah.
versus I mean, you played with Saints for quite a long time, but when
Mhm.
you look at the overall comparison of you and Scraff versus the rest of the team, you could tell that there was something different there, and so I was
I kind of knew Julia's craft before, but I was so scared of her. I don't know. I was so scared. Like I think I was like level 7 and she was level 10 already. And I was like, oh my god, she's so good. And then we got on the same team, and I was so excited to play with her, and we became friends.
have you found that to be a big help for you? Because I know like you're now a level 10 and
Uh,
everything like that. Was that like a big boost of like having
yeah,
someone as good as her to
she
play with?
carried me to level 10. Thank you, Elu. Boosted me. I boosted level 10. But yeah, we learn a lot between each other. I don't know. She brought a lot of ideas too. Like I don't know. I feel like I improved with her, and by
So
just watching her playing too.
yeah, for sure. So you go from playing in the ESA League as well to now joining Impact. So going into season
Mm-hmm.
2 of Impact with
Mm-hmm.
Saints, you don't qualify for the LAN.
Yeah.
However, come around the winter time, a very important qualifier happens, and
Oh god.
you go. It's a strenuous matchup, but you eventually do beat EG Gold in the qualifier to make it
Yeah.
to Katowice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like what leading into that match, were you like, it's just another game? Like, I know it's the final qualifier. It's a qualifier and everything. Like, we're in the finals. Like, what's kind of I know you say you're nervous joining us. Like, were you very nervous coming into that, or were you like, you know what, I'm a good player. I know what I can do. I'm gonna win.
I was nervous, but like the entire team energy, it just like I don't know, calm down the nerves. Like everyone just confident, everyone supporting each other, calming everyone down and everything. Um, Before the match, I was nervous. I don't know. I'm nervous before every official match, I would say. Especially when you're a camera, even in Discord, I'd be nervous if
Yeah.
my camera's on. And it's just, I don't know. During the match, I just got used to like being on the camera and like the chemistry was there and my teammates scared me on the first map, I think. Then the second map, we just, on season, I don't know what happened. I feel like we rushed B every round and it worked somehow. And then the third map, like everyone put their effort in, I would say. And oh my God, the emotions I got like after winning, I could not believe. Like I think I almost became like deaf just because everyone was so screaming so hard. I had to like take my headset off.
Beautiful.
And I think like the next day, my mom like woke up and she was like, "Oh my God, I heard screaming. Like what happened?"
I
And I
thought
was
you were
like, "Mom, I
dying.
qualified for Poland."
Oh my goodness.
So talk to me about what it was like to play in Katowice, because it's obviously very well known for the
Yeah,
tournament every year at the Spodek, but to make it there and to play on an international stage, what was it like for you emotionally, and then also just what
for
did you take away from it?
for me personally, I was scared. I was literally scared because it's my first LAN and it's so big. Like Katowice is the biggest LAN that people know. They like know, oh, Katowice, wow. So I was really scared and we pooped our pants, obviously, but we still had that experience where like, oh, we have room to improve, you know? Like we also didn't have Julia with us. We had a sub with us because Julia couldn't go. because of the visa issues, pretty much.
Yeah.
So the entire event just was kind of chalked since the beginning, since she couldn't go, but we still try to do our best.
Right.
But
Now,
like hearing the casters through like the headset and like having the camera almost in your face, it's just like it's not like at home, where I can just like be me and I don't know, just sit and not care about the camera.
so to follow up on that, then, like, do you enjoy the land setting? Is that
Oh,
something you'd
I
love to do?
loved it.
Yeah.
I I hope. I think. Not think. I'm confident we're gonna make the line again with the new roster that I'm on. The line was perfect. Oh my god, I'm in so many pros. I was literally like staring in the corner at them. Like I was so shaky just to go and say like hello or like ask for the autographs like signature. Just because you look at them and they're like regular people. They're not like pro players like you watch on the stream. It's amazing.
It's almost a little overwhelming at first. I kind
Yeah.
of felt like, I mean, it kind of felt that way at Dallas too. Parks, I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but it
Yeah.
Well,
does feel that way sometimes.
I intended the Sunday of drinking with everybody, and it definitely once you get enough, once everybody kind of gets a little bit looser, it's very much a fun environment. I mean, there's
I,
definitely a lot of stories to be had with the Shimmer Girls because
oh my god.
they were a bit rowdy, but it was a good rowdy. It wasn't like we're gonna
That's
cause damage
great.
or anything. It was just one of those
Yeah.
things.
I
Um,
remember me and Bunny Anna entered like the hotel doors and we saw Kerrigan literally and we just like sit like in front of him. I think it was Kerrigan. We just stood in front of him and he couldn't get out and I'm like, Anna move. We gotta go. It's
that's
that
great.
bad.
I mean, so going back to the land, like you
Yeah.
mean, you meet all the players and everything and all that. Did you also spend time in the Spodek for Katowice? Like, were you after you got eliminated and everything? Were you still around, kind of watching the games
Yeah,
and stuff? Or
we watched the games. We watched the finals, I think. We watched everything pretty much. I
yeah,
was cheering at finals so hard I lost my voice the next day. But it was amazing. Like the atmosphere and everything. Holy.
That's the best way to enjoy a LAN. There's
Yeah.
no other way to do it besides having no voice by the end of the LAN day.
as both Benny and Reef know, like they were losing their voice mid like last day. I only lost mine the day after, which was great because it means I could scream the entire time they couldn't. So that was fun. Um, I mean, in terms of, I'm gonna a little bit of a sidetrack here. In terms of
Yeah.
when you're on land and you're playing, are you one of those people like tries to scream and back talk the entire time, or are you a big trash talker, or are
Um,
you just kind of in your own space, like I'm in a little
I
bubble?
I would say I kind of in my own bubble just because I have to get used to the things. At first, I'm like super shy, especially on like a LAN and like having 10 people watching me or something. I don't remember how many people were there, but I think I just have to like get used to it and then I can scream. But I'll say I'm more of it being in my own bubble.
Um, so you come back from the LAN. Season 3 happens,
Yeah.
right? You unfortunately don't make Dallas for season 3,
Yeah.
and then the team kind of dissolves from there.
Hmm.
Um, was it what was it like being a free agent? Because I remember Parks and I looking at these rosters going, who's picking up Olya? Like, that somebody needs to. And I know you trialed for like you subbed in, I think, for Cherry Bombs one
Yeah.
weekend. So, but what was it like being a free agent? Was there a lot of like how long was it? Was there an uncertainty for before you finally got picked up by Team Karma?
Um, it was scary. I was struggling. Like, I was just sitting there. I was like, oh my God, what if no one wants me? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm bad at the game or something? What if my personality isn't great? So I was scared when I was posting looking for a team. At first, I was like, maybe I should not post and just not play the scene, just because I was so scared to post it. Because what if no one wants me? And then I posted it, and I pretty much got a lot of offers right away. Um, I saw for cherry bombs because they needed one. They were looking for a fifth, and they're my good friends. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell for them. Like, I'm gonna help them. Why not? Then I tried out for one EU team, and it failed just because of the moving problem.
Hmm.
And then I got message from Emily, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go try out. And yeah,
Were you considering moving over? Like, had
yeah.
that gone through, would you have moved back to EU then to play?
Yeah.
And okay. Sorry, it's
No
just
leaks,
crazy to me.
Parks. No
No, I
leaks.
can't leak. I was gonna ask. I was totally gonna ask. Like, was it a paid team and everything like that? I'm not gonna ask that.
Yes.
That's okay. Oh my god. I
There you
gotta stop
go.
asking questions.
There's no
That's
way I'm
insane.
moving to you for free though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
darn.
get that.
That's
I,
kind of
I
a pretty
get
good
that.
point,
It's in my
actually.
own mind. I'm sitting there. I'm like, that's insane. Because I mean, to put it this way, I think we look at what Kaude and Bibion have done in
Yeah.
terms of coming over here, and I mean, Sevalicious has done the same thing now as well for EG. You would have done that just from NA to EU, even though you know your nationality is Ukrainian.
Yeah.
That's a little insane to me, at least in my mind. We don't see that too often. I mean, Twist is the only player that really comes to my mind as a big player that went from NA to EU. Now, of course, he was Canadian to begin with, so that's that's a huge thing. That's crazy.
Well, but you get to play CS for your life, you know.
Oh, of course, and
Another country too.
yeah, and I mean that's currently your goal, right? Is you're trying to you're playing CS to make it your
Yeah.
career and to make it a lifestyle out of it. Is that successful so far? Like, do you still have a job and everything on the side, or?
Still in college. I think it's my final semester in college, and I work and I play CS after work. So I'm trying to like manage everything pretty much. But I wouldn't say it's new for me because in the past I would manage school and college, or like not school and college, sorry, school and CS,
Yeah.
or college like taking 5 classes in CS. It's like having a job on the side at the same time. Just because my major kind of hard, but if you
Yeah,
want to, like, if you're passionate about it, you will manage everything, I would say.
that's very true. That's a really good statement. I agree though. Like college is like a full-time job. What's your major, by the way?
I'm majoring in criminal justice, but I'm doing a minor major in psychology.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
She's gonna
The two
she's
go a lot more hand in hand than people I think might realize at first. Actually,
she's gonna read the other team and then send them to jail.
How did you know that?
owns already owns the B bomb site of Mirage.
Yeah.
So,
Um.
yeah. Okay. So you talked about getting the call from Emily
Yeah.
and the trial, right, with Team Karma.
Mhm.
How did the trial go? Obviously, they offered you the position. We know that much, but how did the trial go, and how do you feel about the early days of Team Karma?
Mm, the trial went really great. I was scared because they think that as players, you know, like they know what they're doing. So it's like I have to show my past that I'm good at the game, so they choose me. And they recently did a podcast with Lucy, I think.
Yep.
And I heard that they like instantly chose me, and I was like, oh my god, there's no way. Like I was their first option, and they just like chose me, and like they cancel other people, which is like amazing to me.
Mhm.
Um, what was the second question? I forgot.
How has it been fitting in with them?
Oh, it's amazing. I feel like it's clicked like right away. It's so comfortable around like being around them and like learning from them. I love it.
So, uh, weird question on this part. Um,
Yeah.
did you have to teach them anything towards the newer maps on the like? Were you one of the leaders in terms of teaching them new maps like Ancient and Anubis? Is that like something that kind of came up at some point?
I would say the only thing to teach is like a new smokes or like new flashes, you know, like the flashes needs. But other than that, no, not really. Maybe like angles.
Yeah. Were
That's
they
it.
receptive to all that? Were they very much like, hey, you've been playing while we've been gone? Like that's we kind of need to trust you on this bit, or was
No,
it they just
they're super understandable.
yeah?
Like they take every information you tell them and like they try them, you know, like they're not like, oh my god, we're like I don't know, we've been
There's no
like in the
ego.
scene for longer, you know, like yeah, there's no ego.
Yeah.
So, are you a fellow Vertigo hater like Emily and, or I believe Brain
Yeah,
also
it's
is a
Emily and
Vertigo
Brain that
hater?
are Vertigo
Yeah.
haters.
Wait, can you say that again? I'm so
Are
sorry.
you a
Are
Vertigo
you
hater?
also a Vertigo hater?
I love Vertigo. They hear Vertigo. I'm
I,
like, I was like,
okay.
guys, I was like, guys, you want to play Vertigo over Anubis? They're like, no. They hate Vertigo. And I was like, oh my god.
what's
But it's
what's
okay.
what's your least favorite map in the map pool?
Oh my god.
You have seven to choose
Um,
from. Obviously,
I
it's
don't
not
even
Vertigo.
know the map pool. I play the game every day and I don't even know the full map pool. I'm gonna
We'll
say
list
that.
them off.
I'm gonna Google
Mirage,
them real quick.
Mirage, Inferno, Anubis, Ancient, Nuke, Overpass, and
um,
Vertigo.
hard. Oh my god. I'll say nuke, just because of the sound. It's hard to understand what the bomb is, or like you make a step and freaking squeaking like it's double on B or like single, and I'm like, oh god.
Well, you've crushed Benny, so I guess I'll have to answer the next.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask the next question. Um, so obviously you joined them. It's a very quick
Yeah.
trial. You're the one. You're there. You're in. Um, season 4 qualifiers come around. You guys sign up, and it's not. A, it's not it's not a bit of a surprise, but you guys end up facing off against Fluffy Amers White, who have been looking very
Mm.
good coming into this, and you managed to beat them in a 3-map affair, one of which was a 16-1 win on Anubis, and
Yeah.
somebody was a very big part of that in mid. Um, what's the general feeling after you take a win like that and you qualify the first time of asking with not too much of a runway beforehand to like get back into the game? And I mean, you kind of had too long to practice the map tailor, especially with 4 players coming in to
Yeah.
learning this map. Like, what's the vibe like? What's the emotion like after doing something like that?
I feel like it was similar to like when in Katowice. I was happy. I was so happy. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It was like an amazing feeling, like winning a lottery or something, you know? Just because I know the FAY, they are good.
Yeah.
They are shooters. Like I know they're super good. Um, and Anubis, I don't know what happened on Anubis, to be honest. We had like 2 weeks of practice, I think, just to get like practice before the qualifier, and Anubis just happened. There's like no words to describe Anubis too. I don't know.
So, what is it like playing with Emily and Rain and XP3? Because they are players that have a very storied career in the game and in the women's scene, dating back way even before Impact. So, what has it been like, and do you get this? Is there something when you're discussing them, whether it's tactics or just pugging or something, that you feel that you get from them that you may not get from other players you played with that don't have the length of the careers that they have had?
Um, I learned a lot from them. Even like the old Italy, we're like joke, like oh my god, this is from 1991, you know. But like, but I learned a lot from them, like how to maybe play it better, or like how to throw certain smoke, you know. Like I don't know, really learn a lot from them, and watching them play is just amazing. Just because I have more experience than me. But yeah.
Are they quick to like? I don't want to say. I know you joke like, oh yeah, back in the day we were doing this. Like, do you find a lot of that like they kind of understand that the meta has shifted a little bit and they're looking
Yeah.
at that and they go, we might need to defer to somebody who's a little bit more up to date, because I know like players never really leave a game, they come casually back and play it, but like you look at that versus a competitive player such as what you've been doing in Impact and in the regular season side of stuff. Do they tend to like, is there any deferment in that side of, or like a conversation towards that of like, hey Olya, you've been playing this map a lot more than at least in the early days, you've played this map a lot more than us.
Yeah.
Should we, is there something we should know that we might have missed since we've left the
Um.
Valorant?
Yeah, when we were preparing Ancient, I kind of like helped them to understand the map more, how it works, what's like more important to take, how like if you lose something, what like you want to take next. But um, they just learn on the side too. Like they do their own homework, like watching the demos, like learning stuff. So I don't really have to like put my big input in, I would say. Like they already like they know they're ready.
Yeah. And then
So
it's a weird question to say, but like in terms of roles and everything on the team,
mm,
as a big collective, are you kind of looked to more as a star rifler in the sense of that, or are you just kind of a role player where you have your set positions and that's kind of where do you fit in on this big thing, because you are you're the new player to the team, but also like you know you were brought in immediately, right? It's kind of it's a weird question to say. Like is there any defined roles? I guess is the better question for that.
I'd say I'll play like more support slash like maybe second entry, and like on CT side it's more of like anchoring, which is my old positions.
Yeah.
So nothing pretty much is new to me, I'd say, but
That's good.
because I feel like I played every position in this game, but
Yeah, and you've
yeah,
kind of figured out which ones you like the most and can have the most impact on.
yeah.
Okay. Got one last question here before we get out of here.
Great.
We asked this to everybody just because it's one of those things of kind of, you know, down the road, years from now, we'll look back at this and see what happens.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, right? It's incredible to think future years from now, this will still be up on YouTube.
He's actually burying the time capsule right now.
Delete this right now.
We're locking
Yep.
it in. Yeah. Olya's gonna show up to my house and delete the VOD.
Delete this right now.
What are your future goals as a player, as a person, you know, coming around the CS scene? What's your future? And I don't want to say plan. What's your future goals? What do you aspire when you look at, hey, maybe a year from now, a season from now? Like what is Olya going to be trying to do in the future?
Hard question. I think just become a better version of myself, like become a better player to be like, like a goose breeder. Like I look a goose breeder. Oh my god, I want to be like her. Like be better at the game. Like I don't know, just like be an example to other people who coming into the scene and like helping them more and be a legend. Like so, like my half of my teammates or like, half of the like flight class thread. Like BB. I want to be like BB.
Wow,
But
that's a
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a good goal, and I think you're well on your way there already. To be honest with you, at least on the path, right? So,
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing how that progresses. But especially going into season 4, I think the team's really good. 6-0 in open, by the way.
Oh yeah, by
So
the way, make sure to tune in to our streams, by the way.
Yeah. We've
yeah,
been getting a good amount of casting done on that. Last one was on Olya's stream actually, and that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I had
Yeah.
18 viewers. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god, I'm famous now.
she had to deal with me 2 hours before the stream. That's a feat on its own sometimes.
I actually didn't. I actually, real true story. Yesterday, I actually didn't look at the time
Yeah.
in the tweet, and I just clicked the stream week immediately, and I go to your channel, and Parks is like entering commands in the chat,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, am I here early? And then I hear I'm like here an hour and a half early. But your offline screen's really cute because I saw that. I was
Thank
like, oh my
you.
god, it's so
a
cute.
bunch of frogs.
It is a bunch of frogs. So, but that's all we have for the interview. That is time. So, thank you very much for joining us, Olya. It's been an absolute pleasure. There's only one last thing to do, and that's the sign
It's
off.
a
So
pot friend.
There's
it
one
is
thing.
It's a pot
There's
friend.
two
Yeah,
things.
that's
There's two things.
okay.
One, Olya, the floor is yours to shout out anything and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
First of all, let's let her have
Let's
a
do
second
that.
here. Who like anybody and everybody. You know, the floor is yours.
Oh, sorry, no. I don't have my webcam connected to my PC, unfortunately. So, yeah. Do the pot friend.
No, but who are you? Do you have anybody to shout out
Oh,
or anything?
oh my god. I thought you were talking about the pot friend.
No, no,
Holy
no,
fuck.
no. We'll do our pot friend.
Um,
Don't worry.
Shout out to my teammates. Shout out to everyone who supported me, like on my journey to becoming a better player. Shout out to BMAX who picked me up and was like, "Oh my god, girl, come play with us," you know. Um, and I don't know. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out
I
to your
honestly
mom.
don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out to my mom for having me. I don't know. I'm so nervous.
All right. Well, we will leave your Twitter in the description so people can follow you there.
Yay!
And Benny, I do think we owe her a pot friend.
Yep.
Which
Oh yeah!
has become a big thing now. Snicky's doing it all the time. Of us.
It's gonna be a tradition. I'm
Yeah.
telling you right
Every
now.
single time
Yeah.
we do an Olya stream now, I'm gonna have to do pot friend. we're gonna oversaturate the market on Park's PotFriend, and it's gonna be worthless. And I don't know how to feel
No,
about
it's
that.
not. It's gonna be completely the most valuable thing in the world.
We'll make a
okay?
box set of Park's PotFriends. We'll make we'll make
PotFriends, yeah.
playing cards. Playing cards.
Okay, if I think there's a very good possibility you do, Olya, but if you make
Yeah.
the season 4 LAN, we got to get PotFriend stickers made up so you
Ooh.
can give them out at the LAN.
Ooh.
That would be good.
I'm gonna do a
That would
pot
be
friend.
really good.
If Olya makes the land, I will do a PotFriend with her IRL.
Oh yeah, I'll do it on the scene,
Yeah,
during a
exactly.
match.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you so much, Olya, for joining us. Benny, we'll be back next week with a regularly scheduled episode, and of course, we'll have a special interview the week after.
Yep.
That frogs thing will come back in an interesting way. I think it's gonna be kind of funny. There's a little bit of that's a little bit of connection there. No, amazing. Thank you so much, Olya, for joining us. Yeah, episode 10 already in the can. We will be back next time. Until then, bye for now.